Hi, my name's Simon Lovell and I'm a personal trainer and author of The Lunchbox Diet by HarperCollins. And in this video I wanted to give you some book marketing tips. And these marketing tips on getting a book deal but also selling your books are things that I've personally done myself to help build my business and how I'm going to help you to build yours as well. Now, The Lunchbox Diet started off in fact as a 10-page ebook. I was personal training my fitness clients and they needed a healthy way to eat, so I put together a 10-page document, and they came back saying they were losing weight, their hair felt fantastic, their skin oozed energy. And so what I did was I put that 10-page ebook onto my website, and I'm going to talk a little bit more about the importance of websites when it comes to book authors. Now, I put this ebook onto my website and I generated some media interest. So I got into my local newspaper, and I did that by getting my clients to give interesting stories about how they lost weight, and I dug deeper into those clients' emotional sides and found the story to give and spoon feed to the media, and they loved it. And this generated me a few sales. My ebooks were £4.95, and I didn't really know much about internet marketing then. And because I had inputted the right keywords into my website, I got a phone call from Elle magazine, and they phoned me up and said, "Simon, I want to review your ebook." And I was thinking, my God, this is going to go up against lots of other top authors, and even though I knew that it worked, I didn't know how the review would come out. So the review came out and they called it the best diet ever, 5 out of 5 stars, and the media snowball continued from there really, and it's been an amazing journey. Penguin phoned me and offered me a meeting, so I went to have a meeting with them. They messed me around a little bit, so I started phoning some book agents, not some book agents, but some publishers, and HarperCollins offered me a deal, and then it got a little bit too much for me to handle, and then I got an agent, and then we had a kind of bidding war, and then I got £120,000 book deal. I don't know whether that converts to in dollars. You might want to go to Google and do a conversion. And I got the book deal with HarperCollins. Now, there are lots of different ways in order to get a book deal, but I found that there's little tricks and things that you can do in order to kind of boost it. And once you've obviously got your book, there's lots of ways to sell it, and I do very well by marketing online. My first tip is to obviously get yourself a website. But the thing about getting a website is a lot of people can go, well, I'll get a friend to do it, or I'll just get one of these, packages online. And the problem is that when you've got this website, chances are it's just a kind of website that looks okay, might have your book cover on it, but it doesn't convert, and the conversion is really important. So when the visitor goes there, is there enough information, and does it stand out enough for them to buy? Okay. And the problem is, if you're doing some media coverage, okay, and the aim is to get people from, say, a media interview to your website, and you say on a radio show or in a magazine, you kind of give out your web address, and the problem is that this website doesn't convert. You're not going to get any book sales, okay. And the thing also is that with websites, there's lots of different things happening now. So you've got social media, so Facebook, Twitter, and that drives people into your website. I do really well with selling my books and selling my ebooks by doing forums. Alright, so finding a forum in your niche, so just go to Google and type in your niche plus forum, okay? And what you can't do in forums is you can't go in and spam and say, I've got a book out, go and buy it. But what you can do is you can give good quality information, just chat to people, and in your signature file you can put your web address. But again, we'll all bring this back to the website, which has got to be right in order for you to convert, okay? And so it's got to have the right message. So you've got forums, you've got media, you've got social media. Another good thing is to do is seminars. And this could be local, this could be national, and what you're going to be doing. You need to remember when you're promoting your book, you need to bear in mind that you have an aim. You know, if you go on a radio show or a TV show or in a magazine, your aim is to drive people to that site, so that site then sells the book. So this is where the importance is, because if you just say to them in a media interview, well, you know, my book is available, you know, in the bookshops, that's fine, but that's not really going to help you in the long term, and I'll come on to that in a second and how important that is. Okay, so we've got forums, we've got media interviews. Now, public relations, we're talking about the media interviews. Actually, I'll do this off here, but it's really important for you to position yourself as an expert. You are an expert in your field, and whether you're doing fiction or non-fiction, there's lots of different angles. Now, let's take the example of non-fiction. Say, for example, you have written a book on gardening or cookery. The easiest way to get the media interested in you is not to write a press release saying my book's available, because they know the deal. They know you just want to generate sales. So you want to position yourself as an expert and start generating rapport with these journalists. Okay. One of the easiest ways to do this is to come up with a 7 biggest mistakes article. Okay. So, for example, what are the 7 biggest mistakes that gardeners make, or what are the 7 biggest mistakes that for example, in my field, what are the 7 biggest diet mistakes people make? And everyone wants to know the 7 biggest mistakes. So if you can put together a little fact sheet on the 7 biggest mistakes, send that to your local newspaper or even national media and start generating rapport with the journalist, then you're on to a winner. And that then links to the media, which then links back to your website. So also, there's a connection between the social media and things like blogs, because blogs increase the search engine ranking, which means that you'll end up higher up on Google. And let's bear in mind that the importance of the website is that, well, 80% of people now use the internet to find what they're looking for. Okay, so there's things like keyword research. And so can you see how this all comes back into making sure that this is right? And so, as an overall rule between all of these different elements, we need to make sure that from this website that the keywords are right, that the web address is right. Now, just remember, I got my £120,000 book deal by a magazine searching for my topic. So chances are that while we speak, there are journalists, you know, looking at the moment for authors in your area. So you have to ask yourself, do you have a website that has got all these elements? Has it got the right keywords? Are you blogging? Are you doing social media? And all of this is going to come back to your website. For example, if you're using Facebook and Twitter, okay, if someone likes your fan page, then other people are going to see that, and so other people join. Okay, and you can find people from Twitter. If you go into Twitter and type in, for example, gardening, you'll see people who are talking about gardening, and those are your potential clients. Okay, and so when it comes to book marketing, it's just really important to put together all of these different elements, but make sure this is right. Something which I do now is I put together quick and easy websites for book authors that really stand out. If you head to myebookmarketing.com, that's myebookmarketing.com, you'll see some of the sites on there, and they're high converting websites, and they integrate things like social media, a blog which you can easily update on your own, okay, and they integrate the keywords, making sure that the site visitors are gonna find you, and then you can do everything in, you know, talking about media interviews, forums, and whether you do leaflets. Okay. Now here's the gem of this whole circle, which I've not spoken about yet. And this really should be in the center. In fact, we'll put it in the center. Lead generation. Can you tell that I use the computer most of the time to do my typing because I really can't write? If I was a school teacher, I'd be very bad at it. Oh, I need to put something else on here, which I'll talk about in a second. YouTube, which is what I'm doing now. Lead generation. Okay, if you've not got any of these, if you've not got this website in place, you cannot lead generate, and this is going to affect your profits in the future. So on all of my websites, I have what we call lead generation. This is a way of capturing email addresses. Now, if you want some real clout to get a new book deal, okay, and you've got the right website and you're capturing email addresses, okay, this means that when you produce another book, you can market to the people that have put their names and email addresses into your website. Now, you can't just have now these days have a free newsletter because it's just not modern enough, and people are just more savvy when putting their names and email addresses in. So what you need to do is what we call moving the free line and give away free content. Now this could be a free chapter from your book, but actually what you want to do is go back to the 7 big mistakes. Okay, so make a 7 big mistakes article and produce it as a PDF, and then give that away as a say for example the 7 biggest mistakes on gardening. So they put their name and email address in, and then you've got their details. Okay, and then you can promote your book once you've built confidence in what you have to say through the 7 biggest mistakes article. And then you can communicate with your email list and tell them about your new products, and start thinking ahead into new products and services that you can market to your list of customers. And this is massive, because if you lost everything, okay, and you still had a list of 5 or 10,000 people, you could just start up again. You could produce more books, you could sell ebooks, you could sell coaching. Do you see the potential? But it all starts with making sure this is right, this website. Now YouTube, this then links back into your website, your blog, your Twitter, your social marketing, because with YouTube, just like I'm doing now, okay, I'm talking to you, I'm building confidence, I'm giving you good information, okay, and YouTube is a way to increase your search engine ranking, which is going to drive more visitors to your website, and video is massive now, okay. And Google own YouTube, okay, so it's all kind of connected. And then you can send videos to your email list, okay, building confidence, telling about new products, but just giving them value, okay, and then you're going to set up this whole kind of community thing. So integrate all this together and become, and think about not just your book, but building your business, okay, and developing your brand. And as you do that, but you can only do that with this lead generation. And that's built into the websites and the different packages at myebookmarketing.com. This is Simon Lovell from my home in Bristol, England, wishing you all the best with your marketing. And click on the link to subscribe to this channel, because there'll be more interesting stuff. Take care, and I'll speak to you soon.